Welcome to a new series, Female Scientists You Should Know About. Episode 1. Today we're talking about Rosalind Franklin. She is famous for this, photograph 51, the first photo ever taken of DNA. Franklin and her student Raymond Gosling took this photo while she was working at King's College London, after a PhD in physical chemistry from Cambridge. She used a technique called X-ray diffraction, by which an object is illuminated and reflects X-rays at different angles. If the atoms of the object are organized in a repetitive pattern, the rays are reflected at the same angle and their intensity is amplified. So in this photograph, the dark spots are repetitive structures. According to the calculations, they show two helices wrapped around each other with nucleotides between them at specific distances. So if Rosalind Franklin was the first to find proof of the structure of DNA, why have most of us never heard of her? And why did the Nobel Prize for this discovery go to three other researchers in 1962? James Watson, Francis Crick, and Maurice Wilkins. And is it a coincidence that they are all male? In the mid-century, the biggest race in genetics research was to find the structure of DNA. And each team had a different method. Watson and Crick, from Cambridge, were building physical models to test which configurations would be physically possible. Franklin, on the other hand, believed she should get experimental proof first, which she did in 1952 with her photograph. After some conflicts in her lab, she was about to move universities, so she handed over her project to a collaborator, Maurice Wilkins. Without asking for her consent, Wilkins showed the photograph to Watson and Crick. This was the proof they had been waiting for, a real photo of DNA to confirm their hypotheses about its molecular structure. On the 25th of April 1953, they publish a landmark paper in the greatest journal in the world, Nature. Their paper is immediately followed by two others, authored by Wilkins and Franklin, about photograph 51. But now this seems like a mere footnote after the big announcement of the Cambridge team. Franklin tragically died only a few years later, at the age of 37, of ovarian cancer, but not before publishing more research on RNA and the polio virus. Franklin left a huge mark on the scientific world, and science historians are still trying to untangle her role in the discovery of DNA, as well as the impact of gender prejudice during that era of science. It remains unclear to what extent her photograph influenced Watson and Crick, but her role was likely undermined by the authority and authorship structures, as well as academic politics during her lifetime. What's for certain is we should remember Rosalind Franklin as a bright researcher who greatly contributed to the discovery of the so-called secret of life.